is up, everybody? We've made it to the final free play of LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. That's right, this is level 20, out of time free play. Now, we do have some more levels to cover in the sense of DLC. We also have some Gwenpool missions and some free play that we'll be covering, or excuse me, free roam that we'll be covering after this. However, we're going to go ahead and get to getting by jumping into our map, toggling over to our level area, and selecting level 20. Out of time. That's right. So, quick shout out to Warner Brothers for hooking us up with a copy of this game. Shout out to you for watching it. And of course, shout out to Tyler P for putting together our trophy achievement guide, which can be found on our main website, HappyThumbsGaming.com. If you haven't checked it out already, I highly encourage you to. Go ahead and choose a character of choice, and let's go ahead and get to that first collectible, eh? First one's gonna be Minikit number 1. We're gonna take a flying character and fly up the tube in the back left side of the area and grab it. Next up, we're gonna need Iron Man, because we need his silver brick breaking ability, and we also need somebody who can fly, so he covers both of those. We'll go ahead and bust the first of 3 statues. One's gonna be up on the middle right side, there it is, and the final one is gonna be up on the high left. Once you blast all 3, Minikit number 2 will be yours as well. Hey, if you haven't already, check us out on Facebook. We do have weekly giveaways, as I always like to mention, and it might be worth your time. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of the story-based stuff here, just because we need to unlock this next piece in order to advance and get to that Minikit that's floating around on that conveyor belt to our right. So we'll go ahead and hop on that switch, throw Captain Shield up there, hit that shield switch, and make the whole room. Look at this, it's rearranging everything. We got a little, ooh, it's a Doctor Strange pad. We'll go ahead and check that out in a hot second. We're actually going to switch to somebody with the electricity ability. We're going to pump it up over here on the far right side. That's right, once we juice it up, we actually get not 1, but 2 floating panels. And look at that, there was 2 rocket raccoons as well. That's kind of weird. Basically, what we need to do here is jump back and forth between the 2 floating pads, and each time you jump, the other one raises up a little bit, and eventually we get all the way to the top, and we're actually going to need somebody with telekinesis. So Doctor Strange can get her done, and once we get up there, you'll know you did it, because it puts you up close and personal and gives you that telekinetic orange glowing aura. Go ahead and collect it, and we'll make our way up over to that Doctor Strange pad that we just unlocked a minute ago using Captain Shield. Now, we go ahead and carve this out like a pro, because I don't know any other way to do it. Actually, I messed this up totally, and unfortunately, I had to play this level twice because I forgot a Minikit. I'll tell you all about it when we get there. It's actually rather difficult and easy to miss, and it will require you to play the whole level over again if you miss it, so hopefully that doesn't happen. It's my job to inform you and let you know, so you've been pre-warned, and I'll let you know when it's coming close. But all right, once you get inside, we'll go ahead and use the Doctor Strange portal point again to go ahead and access a new room. This actually takes us into that conveyor belt room, which really, the story wants us to go ahead and use that techno panel in the back there. We'll get our oonts on in a second here, but we're going to go ahead and do a little rearranging of the conveyor belt itself and kind of clear things out. The little trick here is that Minikit's right in the middle, and you can't miss it as long as you're blocking the pathway out of there. So I figured we'll go ahead and stand on that conveyor belt and wait for it to come to us. That's right, that's the lazy in me coming out. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and hop on that techno panel, get our oonts on, and make that big cannon actually rearrange itself and point over towards where we're going to finish the area. But before doing that, we actually got to come down here and freely. Now, you might notice this red wall here. It's like a force field. Down in the bottom left corner, there is a square that turns on and off. Once it gets off, you can actually get so small and sneak on through it. So we used Ms. Marvel to go ahead and do that, and it turns out we actually smashed everything in the room, and there's a Ms. Marvel pad in here that we needed to go ahead and use to rip down the generator that is protecting, or I guess preventing, Stan from leaving this area. So we go ahead and freely and make our way up to the top left side of right where we spawned. In fact, it's right up above where we entered the level. There's a Ms. Marvel spot. We'll go ahead and get our hack on and make our way all the way down to the bottom and flip that red switch. That's right. Hey, switch, you've got red on you. And we'll go ahead and give it the old pow right in the kisser, and it takes us away. Whee! Turns out, too, we actually get a Minikit for this, and it pops right out the top there. There it is. We'll go ahead and swoop that up, and then we're going to make our way over to that big cannon that we just rearranged a second ago. Now, I tried to do the old jump and glide here. I failed. I look at me, I'm like flapping around. I couldn't quite do it. I'm going to switch characters, somebody who has the flying ability to get me up and over there so I can go ahead and use that cannon. Now, you probably noticed that Thumbie just came in and gave us a quick tip there that we actually don't have any collectibles for just a minute or two. It turns out the next one is going to be Minikit number 6, it looks like, if I am reading my list correctly here. So feel free to use that quick link down below in the video description to help you get there. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and use the cannon to destroy all of the baddies and even bust open the main panel here, which reveals a gold panel. We'll go ahead and carve out a gold sword. That's right. I guess it makes sense. It is. We are on board the sword, aren't we? I think so. Go ahead and hop in there, and up we go. Sort of. It's kind of slow. There's a little bit of a cutscene once we get up here too, but it's kind of an introduction to a boss battle, and it gives us the old card, and I felt it was kind of relevant, so I left it in. Here we go. It's the final battle with Kang. That's right. It's the final battle. That's not really true, as I already mentioned. We have Gwenpool Missions, we have some free roam stuff, and there's even some DLC available already, and more to come if it's not already out, depending on when you are watching this video. Now, I have to point out, there is a rather strong glow from his lower groin area there. I'm not sure what's happening there. Hopefully that was just a reflection from the back, and nothing weird from the developers there. But we'll go ahead and take out all 3 of these little, I don't know if they're spiders or what they are, but the robots that are trying to thwart our plans. And look at that. We actually sneak right below him, and Booyakashow, number 6, is just tucked in back there. Now, you might have grabbed that in the story. It was pretty easy and readily available. And we're going to kind of try to break this up. Now, this battle with Kang can take a long time if you do it all at once, or at least it seems that way, because, again, it's the rule of 3. You got to knock his block off till you depleted that meter enough that he actually jumps back and cues his force field. Once he does that, he actually brings on some sort of portal and cues some bad guys, which we have to use the quick time event there. For us, we had to press X quickly, and once that happens, they run out of there, and we can actually move on to the back right side or front right side, depending on how you want to look at it. And that's going to actually have a table and chair waiting for us. So rather than sit down and get ready to do some homework or eat some dinner, we're actually going to go ahead and bust the chair up and reveal a Doctor Strange point and carve that bad boy out. Look at this. I don't know what exactly is going on here. It looks like a little mini Chronopolis, and there's a battle going on there. Is that Ravana and Kang? Is that what's going on there? I'm not sure who's in the yellow. It doesn't really look like Ravana, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Kang, right? But who was the other guy then? I don't know. I'm so confused. Anyways, once you get that story all the way completed, it actually drops a Minikit out for us. So we've only got a couple more to go, and we got a little bit more of the story. We're gonna take this battle to the next level by bringing out Thor. I thought old Mjolnir could help me out here, and I probably said that wrong, as I always do, but hopefully you'll forgive me. But I still haven't determined, like, does the Hulk, Thor, and some of those stronger characters, do they actually inflict more damage on these bosses, or does everybody's power end up being the same? That was something I would love to know from the developers. And, oh, speaking of which, I don't have a great relationship with TT Games. I do have a little bit of a relationship with Warner Brothers. However, I did reach out to TT today, and I tried to ask them what game is next, because as of right now, they have not even announced what Lego game is next. And I know they've got like 5 studios, and they're all working on something, but we don't know what. And with Lego Dimensions kind of in limbo, no signs of any future there, there's got to be another Lego game, a standalone that's coming out. But, all right, hey, I talked right over that. We're going to want to go to the left-hand side and use somebody with telekinesis to go ahead and remove the lock on the door, get inside, grab that Minikit, and try to battle off all these bad guys trying to thwart our plans. That's right. They're trying to stop everything. I don't get why they're so against us. We're the heroes. They should be for us, not against us. But I don't know what's going on. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and depleted that meter. I pulled out Ms. Marvel because she's got some long-range attack, and it seemed like maybe some of her kapows are a little bit more powerful than others. But again, I don't know. Doctor Strange, maybe just as powerful as everybody else. I have no idea. If you guys know something on that, and maybe you have some experience, maybe you know something from the developers or some sort of instruction manual or something out there on the web that I have not yet seen, that would be good to know. Does Thor or Hulk have a greater power than other characters in game? I mean, we know they're all stronger in the story and the universe and all that, but does it actually deplete that meter faster? That's all I want to know. And all right, so we've got him down to the next locked bubble. He's going to pop up there. Now, coming up here soon, there's a Minikit, and hopefully you have not used that quick link because I'm going to give you a little bit of extra information. Basically, the next Minikit is involving the portal that Doctor Strange opens to bring in the big fist. You might remember it from the story when we actually bring it down and it knocks the block off of Kang and actually takes us into the next area. Now, when that happens, it is very important that you spend time counterclockwise. So think about the way that the second hand ticks around on the clock. Go the opposite way of that. So you're going to want to spin that left to right, all the way, not right to left to right. And that's going to save you having to replay. So I actually had to replay this level well, a couple of times. Once because I got to that collectible and I had not read that you had to spin counterclockwise, so I ended up just randomly doing it, and it didn't work. The fist came in, and blam. So then I replayed it again, thinking that I had gone counterclockwise, and maybe my information was wrong in the guide. So I went back, and the second time through, I did counterclockwise. Now, here we go. We're popping up. It's about ready to pop up the quick link. Make sure that when you spin time, you are spinning counterclockwise. That is left to right, not right to left. Counterclockwise. If you go the other way, even for a half second, that fist is going to come in and pow Kang right in the kissa and take us to the final battle in the next area where the final collectibles are as well. However, if you spin it counterclockwise, it's going to stop time, make that hole smaller, and look at that. Everybody's frozen, and we can drop down and grab that special Minikit. So, whew, I had to play this level more times than I would like to admit because, well, first of all, I didn't do my homework and read the guide first, and I messed that up. Like I already said, second time I thought I did it counterclockwise the first time, so I did it clockwise, which was wrong. And the third time I came through and got it. Now, if I'm being completely honest too, I messed up the end here, and I do remove a lot of the final sequence. So we put a card up, and but I'm going to show you where all the collectibles are, so don't worry about that. Just the story bits have been removed. So drop down as soon as you have control and use a character like Ms. Marvel or Spider-Man to go ahead and pull the double grapple down and then jump for joy because that's going to be the final Minikit! Gosh, Doctor Strange was spinning around so fast there, I got dizzy watching him. But, all right, we got one more character token involved in our main levels story and free play here. And we're going to go ahead and jump in by shattering the glass window. And inside, we've got the character token floating around on the table. So this one happens to be the Grandmaster Thor Ragnarok. And we'll take it. Why do we got double claws? I'm not sure what's going on there. But, all right, that is actually going to do it. Normally, we finish out the story, but lately we've been going ahead and actually just going ahead and fade into black. Because why not? We've already covered the story. We're going to put a card up in the top right corner. If it hasn't popped up already, it'll be there shortly. So if you're needing help finishing the level or you just simply want to watch it, we've got you covered in the story. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and finish up Out of Time Level 20 Free Play. So that concludes our free play series for the main set. Like I already mentioned, we got Gwenpool, DLC, and free roam coming. We got a gold brick for completed story, gold brick for getting that true believer requirement, which was only 90K. Pretty easy considering we have all those stud multipliers. We also got all 10 mini kits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And oh my, that must have been an extra special reward for getting all of those mini kits. And we'll take it. We got the comic book and we got a freely. And of course, last but not least, we got the Grandmaster Thor Ragnarok character token. We'll go ahead and unlock that. And we've got plenty of studded, so we can probably start popping some of those characters off. But we'll probably wait until the end. But hey, that's going to do it. That's going to wrap it up for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 Level 20 Out of Time Free Play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our free play series. I can't even say it. I enjoyed it so much. But that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for me. I will be back with DLC. As always, until next time.